I am so sick and tired of all this. Like, what is it with like the amount of DV cases that I'm hearing about? There's just too much happening. So DDG has been accused of putting his hands on Halle Bailey. She's come out to file a restraining order against DDG. He's laid his crusty, disgusting hands and beat a woman. Anyone who's laying their hand on a woman is absolutely vile, and you're gonna get everything that's coming to you. You are disgusting, bottom barrel behavior, that is. Like, what the hell? And the thing is, DDG is like still live streaming, and he actually made a statement. We're gonna go ahead and talk about what it is that Hailey is accused DDG of. But DDG has made a statement, pretty much being nonchalant and making it seem like everything's cool when you've literally just been accused of DV. Like, the way that he's trying to say that I will be on Twitch later. Like, are you gonna be trying to address it? Like, anything. This guy would do anything for clicks, and it's actually really desperate, and it's so disgusting because I remember I used to watch DDG back in 2017, 16, 17, 18. I remember being, I think I was going from secondary school to college, and I remember watching him. He used to like have those long ass videos. I don't know what, like, if he still does this now, and there'll be like so many ads in between, and a lot of his content was, I think she likes me, I think she likes me. I don't know what his content is like now, but I know that he's still streaming, and a lot of people still rock with him. So for him to literally hear about this in the media, and there's so many news sites covering it, it's a little bit insane to me, if I'm gonna be real. No, it's very insane. Let's be so for real. And they share a child, Halo. Nobody should be going through this, but it seems like the DV cases have just literally increased so much, and it's just so disturbing. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a disclaimer. There's gonna be a description of verbal and physical abuse. So yeah, also I'm literally in my pajamas right now with this weird ass angle at my pink mic, but you know what, I just didn't feel like actually leaving my bed today, therefore I'm not going to leave my bed today. So Halle Bailey has been granted a restraining order against her ex DDG as per the AP. The two first sparked romance rumours back in January 2022 and went on to welcome their son Halo in December of 2023. The following October, DDG, whose real name is Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr., confirmed that they'd broken up. Writing on his Instagram, of course, it's always him, and that's another thing about DDG. He loves content. He loves to be the first one in there. And the thing with Halle is that it's not that she doesn't come out to say certain things, but I just don't think. And that's not me trying to, and look, me saying what I'm about to say does not mean that he should have still laid his hands on her. Absolutely not. But I just feel like we weren't in this relationship, and that's not me talking about abuse here. Please hear me out. I'm trying to say, like, you know, before this whole abuse thing happened, right? A lot of people are like, oh my God, like, why are they constantly do the whole back and forth? Why are we constantly in their business? Why are they tweeting this, that, and this, that, and the other? And it's like, I don't know what their dynamic is like. None of us do. I do believe, Halle, I don't think she would come out to say something like this. If she was proven to be a lie, then that's just ridiculous. I don't think she has that in her. I hope nobody has that in them at all. But she's also shown evidence and photos which were absolutely jaw-dropping, to be honest. I don't know any of these people from nowhere. We don't know what they're like in a relationship. Again, take away the abuse. I'm talking about before the whole abuse thing happened. I always thought to myself, you know, we don't know what they're like. We don't know what their dynamic is like. Maybe she's got a little bit of toxic in her too. I don't know. But either way, you do not put your hands on anyone, point blank period. I don't care who the flip you are. The audacity and cheek and the nerve to do that, you're just disgusting. Just disgusting. That is one of the worst vile things you can do to a human being. Laying your hands on someone is disgusting. Laying your hands on a woman as a whole man is another level. Oh my goodness, another level. Okay, but of course DDG took to social media to basically tell the world that him and Halle have broken up. Halle and I have decided to go our separate ways. This decision was not easy, but we believe it's the best path forward for both of us. I cherish the time we spent together. I feel like DDG is such a narcissist. I feel like he does this whole like quiet confidence thing, which is why a lot of people like him, because a lot of people don't like a guy who's constantly doing this and constantly doing that. And I think a lot of people see him as a guy who's calmed down over the years, but like, you can never trust anyone, man. You can never trust anyone. I cherish the time we spent together and the love we've shared. Of course, he mentioned that first. He got in there first. As per AP News, a judge ordered yesterday that the YouTuber and rapper had to stay away from Halle and their 17-month-old until a hearing on July the 6th. So that will be in a few months. Why would you do this? Why are you doing this to yourself and to your child? Who the flip acts in this way? What is it with these men just like laying their paws on women? Like, how weak? Do you not understand how weak that makes you? Like, hold on, let me back up my camera a little bit. Do you not understand how weak that makes you? What type of nonsense is this? I keep having to report on a lot of DV and it makes me sick. Like, it genuinely makes me sick, man. What is wrong with these men? Things don't go their way. They lay their hands on women. They hear something they don't like. They lay their hands on women. Like, oh my God. And the cockiness and audacity of him to be like, I'm going to go live later. Basically being nonchalant about everything. What the flip? Like, what? such creepy behavior. And with the whole Cassie thing that's coming out and Diddy, I actually read through an article this morning, and I was going to film for my main channel, but I just couldn't do it. I started tearing up. I can't. It's too detailed. I don't know if I can ever pull through and do the whole Diddy videos. I thought I could do it. I thought I had it in me, but I'm so sensitive and emotional right now. It's just too much happening, all right? So yeah, he's been told to stay away from Halle and their 17-month-old baby. You bring a child into this world, and that's why you've got to be careful of who you bring a child. Wait, what? You got to be careful who you have a child with. These men are just dusties. I don't know how they met. I always thought Halle gave very much like quiet, shy vibes. I don't know if she really is, to be honest, but she just always, I never really saw anything unproblematic about her until she started dating DDG. And there was like this whole situation with like, I think the nail salon or something. And I just thought that was very odd. But like, for the most part, I don't think she is a problematic being. I think that she's always trying to do right by her son. I think that she's always expressed that DDG is always coming on social media and showing their son, and she doesn't want any part of that. Like, she doesn't want him to be on DDG's live stream day in, day out, because DDG loves to stream for hours on end. So there's that. So the hearing will be on the 6th of July. In documents requesting the order viewed by the Newswire, Halle said, "Throughout our relationship, Daryl has been, and continues to be physically, verbally, emotionally, and financially abusive to me." Wow. That's a whole bunch of illies. Well, let me read that one more time. Okay, so someone was at the door. My delivery that I've been waiting and expecting for the last 2 hours is finally here. Better late than ever, I guess. This is mad. I remember DDG was trying to go over to Halle's house, and she was saying no. And I feel like it's kind of making sense now. You know, DDG trying to like come over and, you know, see the child, see this, see that. Not feeling it. I'm seeking orders to protect myself and our son Halo from his ongoing abuse. The Little Mermaid star further alleged that there has been multiple acts of physical violence since their split. Wow. Detailing one alleged incident in which she said DDG repeatedly called her a bitch as she tried to get their son into a car seat. Wow. Like, that's weird. Like, there's just so many things wrong with this situation. But it's like, Halle is doing the job of protecting the child here, which I feel like DDG hasn't done. Now, look, we don't know dynamics here, but like DDG coming on live stream constantly, showing off the baby, it's just not, the child is still young. It just makes no sense to me, and I would never advise that personally. But a lot of people had a lot of an issue with that. Like, a lot of people had an issue with it. Sorry, I don't know why I'm jumbling my words. A lot of people have an issue with it for obvious reasons as a child, you know? And I feel like when it comes to DDG's live streams, I'm guessing there's like a whole bunch of dudes there, and dudes aren't always the nicest and don't always have the nicest things to say. I mean, I would go on Twitter and there was a time where people would like, and it wasn't only men, but people would make fun of the way Halo looked, and I just thought, what the hell is wrong with people? It's a child. If that was me personally, I would do my best to, you know, maybe show my child maybe on their birthday. But even like that, it's like, who am I showing them to? Like, unless you're family, friends, you don't need to be seeing all of that. But DDG just doesn't know that. All DDG knows is content. And his brain is constantly switched on to content, money. I make this amount. Women, I think she likes me. And it's like, I'm never going to fault Halle in this situation. Be like, oh my God, I wish you had known this. Because I feel like at the end of the day, you knew the type of content that he was releasing, but you can see that content and you still wouldn't think that, oh my God, he's gonna lay his hands on me one day. You know, you can never really know for sure. And I've seen a lot of people try to bash Halle now. Sorry, I keep saying Halle. I'm so sorry. Halle, and say stuff like, you should have picked them better. And it's like, you can't keep blaming women. Like, yeah, when you look back at certain things, like, I kind of wish you picked better here, but it's like, people just get it wrong sometimes. People just get it wrong, okay? What else did she say? We fought each other, wrestling and tussling. At one point, Daryl was pulling my hair. Oh no, he did not go for the locks. Boy, bye. He then slammed my face on the steering wheel, causing my tooth to get chipped. Now, she actually showed an image of that. I then stopped fighting back as I was in a lot of pain, she alleged. Photos of her tooth and bruises reportedly include in the filing. Wow, she stayed so silent throughout all of this. She's a strong woman. And justice will be served. Like, oh my goodness. Well, I don't know what is going to happen in the next couple of days. But Halle also claimed that she filed a police report over an alleged incident in March. where he is accused of destroying her Ring camera, which was recording a tense altercation. Disgusting. I hate men like this. Do you know what? It's not only men, but because we're talking about a guy today, let's go with men. But people be doing this, women included. Anyone who's laying their hands on their partner, I do not F with at all. You are literally, you have been failed somehow. You have been failed somehow. At your big age, you are putting your hands on Halle, the mother of your child. It doesn't matter if she wasn't the mother of it. Like, what are you doing? She further claimed that DDG would use his social media following to start bad-mouthing me to his several millions of followers. Yeah. Adding, he claims I am withholding our son. Yes, I remember seeing that in the headlines a couple months ago. And that I'm with other men. As a result, I then receive threats and hate on social media. It was a couple of days ago, wasn't it, where she was talking about like her body and how she doesn't feel that confident. I don't know, man. I really hope Halle's okay. I know that she's very young. I know that she was also criticized for having a baby as soon as, I think, what's it called again? Mermaids? I forgot the name. Oh my, Little Mermaid came out. I think that's what it's called. It sounds weird. Do you know when certain things sound weird in your mouth? But anyways, she was criticized. She's been criticized a lot, basically. But I think it's since she's been criticized for having a child young. She's been criticized for being in a relationship with DDG. At the end of the day, she loves her child, and that's all that matters in this situation. But I think that she's ultimately doing the right thing by coming forward to express her story. And this can't continue anymore. When you speak out about these things, there's a lot of strength, and I really do, my heart goes out to her, and I hope that she has a good support system around her. But I'm hearing way too many cases of DV, and it's just disgusting. It's cruel behavior. It is cruel behavior, and it's never acceptable. Never acceptable. The moment you put your hand on a woman, it's scraps. It is over for you. It is over for you. What went wrong? Huh? What went wrong? Okay. So a representative for DDG did not immediately respond to a request for a comment. BuzzFeed has further reached out. No one's said anything. DDG has obviously made a statement recently. And he just seems to not give a flying monkey, which is very telling. Because if somebody was accusing me of something that I quote-unquote didn't do, because I'm not going to lie, by him moving with that approach of being nonchalant, boys, given that you did something, okay, to abuse someone emotionally, physically, mentally, my goodness, the toll that must take on you, I can't even begin to imagine. I'm not going to sit down here and pretend I know it, because I don't know it. But I can only imagine it is something that, it's just a lot. No human beings shouldn't be suffering the way that I'm hearing these human beings suffering. Yeah? The stories that I'm reporting on, the things that I'm seeing in the news, it's just too much. When are men going to get it in their head? You do not lay your hands on someone. That's not how you gain respect. What happened to having a verbal conversation? Why are we constantly calling the mother of our child a bitch? And then when you stand up against them and you speak your mind, you start scrapping? What is this? This shouldn't be no goddamn WWE. Leave WWE for the network, innit? What's going on? Sorry, I'm just like so passionate about this because it's just like a madness constantly happening. And I get so scared. I get so scared because, and I can't say it's the ones that you never expected, because anyone's capable of anything. Let's just be very clear. Yeah, let's be very clear on that. So I hate when people are doing the whole thing of like, oh, Halle should have chosen better. Shut up. I hate when people do the whole victim thing of like, okay, but Halle, you should know better. What? Well, maybe he just was presented as Mr. Nice Guy, and that's what she saw. And then when she tried to dissociate from him, because it said on the article that after the split, he was moving mad. So I'm guessing that he would try and come over to see the child and will hide behind that, and then would just like accuse her of seeing other guys and then hop into his stream. And he streams every single day. He is very calculated. He goes to his millions of followers and feeds them information that Halle is saying is not true. And even if it was true that she was seeing another guy, you are not together anymore. You don't have that courtesy to be airing out her business. You don't have that courtesy. And like, if no one's lost respect for you. Also, I saw a clip, I think it was Aiden Ross. He was live streaming, and I guess the moment the article came out on TMZ, everyone in the live stream, you know, because he's got plenty of people who follow him, to be fair. A lot of them live stream were like, oh my god, Halle did this, Halle spoke. And then DDG was just like acting like, oh, okay, like, do you think I care? That was kind of like the demeanor, do you think I care? Like, very nonchalant. And it's like, bro, someone is accusing you of DV and you're just sat there. Like, also, Aiden Ross, why didn't you end the live stream? That is not your friend. That is not your friend. These boys, and the way, like, I'm gonna call them a boy, because no sane grown human being is putting their hands on a woman. Nobody should be doing that any age, point blank period. But at your big age? Sorry, what? Is it just me who's like, what the flip is happening? What's going on in this world? And this is nothing new. It's been going on, and it happens in so many relationships, and you would never know. You would never know. You know, it's like with me even reporting on the whole Kayla situation, Eva Johnson situation over on my main channel. You see the photos, you hear these people come out to finally share their story and be brave and say enough is enough. I need to have justice. I need to protect myself and my child. And shit happens like this. It is mad. Sorry, my dog is literally like scratching right now. But yeah, like I really hope and pray that she's got a good system around her. And I need to see people stop doing the whole victim thing of like, oh my God, oh, my dog is literally shaking, sorry. Stop blaming Halle in this situation. Did they have a bunch of verbals, tussling? Sure, she mentioned that. But that does not excuse it whatsoever. Now, I'm very curious to know what she meant by like financially abusive. Does that mean financially abusive? Because she's got her own coins as well. It's not like she's in a situation where she has nothing. She's got more than him. I mean, she's literally done the whole Disney thing. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's just one of her projects, to be fair. So I wonder what that looks like. I don't know. I'm not going to assume and speculate here, but I think more and more will come out. But DDG, you are finished. As soon as a headline like this comes out, you are finished. Hit it, like bashing someone's face on a steering wheel, and the child being present. I'm going to assume the baby was at the back in like the little car seat thing. Inciting violence is insane. Doing it in front of your child is another level of insanity. You think these kids don't pick up on it and remember it when they're older? Oh, you think the kids don't remember nothing? Like, you're actually insane. There's no other word I can use it. You are actually insane. Anyways, guys, I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Of course, more things will come out. I know I haven't posted on this channel in such a minute. I've just been focused on putting out main channel videos, and I've been doing a fantabulous job at doing that, and a lot of you guys have been eating it up. So thank you so much for all the love over in there. But I'm going to start being consistent on here as well, because I really was on my grind. I think next time we will be back at my main desk, but I kind of enjoyed sitting down here on my bed, you know, in my pajamas. It's not Victoria's Secret. It's a dupe from Primark, if anyone wondered. And I have my baseball cap on because my wig is not glued. But I had to go ahead and get you that content. Best believe that, okay? Because I feel like we need to start talking about these things. It's strange how many DV cases I'm hearing about, whether it's televised or whether it's like from small blogs or from people. Like, it's just insane. And it's like, you never know who's capable of what, but you have to understand human beings are capable of a madness. And that's the scary part about it. And doing this in front of a child, what lesson are you teaching them? And raising a boy as well, you are automatically a horrible father. Forget everything else that you do on social media and you're being performative about. Like, oh, you know, I'm the best dad to him. I buy him this, I buy him that. Buying your child drip means nothing. Buying your child drip means nothing. Absolutely nothing to nobody. We do not care if your child is literally rocking Gucci shoes. Who flipping cares? They're going to grow out of it and what? Okay? You as a father to a boy, especially, goodness gracious me. And then it's always funny because those types of dudes who then raise girls are like, oh my God, they're so protective of their girls. Like, oh my God, we don't trust this guy because we don't want him. Like, if he ever laid hands on you, I would come and fight him, beat him. So it's different when you do it to the mother of your child who carried your baby 9 months in her womb. Don't get me started, man. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off for her. I am. Anyways, you guys, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.